Hey guys, Bird is here with another gameplay. This time I'm driving my T62a, and I've got two pretty good games for you. Now, I know I've uploaded one T62a video before, but the show lag on there was really bad, and they didn't have any commentary. So, here you go. So the first game is on mines, and we should have the hill since we had two T62as, and they only had one. But my other T62a on my team decided not to go hill. And fortunately, the other T62a decided not to as well. So I get pretty lucky here, and I am on the hill all alone. Unfortunately, two of our heavy tanks flanked, so that would put a lot more pressure on me as I am on the hill. Now my gun depression fails me here, and I fail to get a shot onto one of those German heavy tanks. But unfortunately, the T62a finally shows up at the hill, and I don't know how my team did not put a shot into him when he was coming up, but I put two accurate shots, one into his hull and one into his turret cheek, and I engaged adrenaline immediately to try to take this guy out as fast as possible. Now the E5 arrives on the party, and I really thought I was dead here, but fortunately the E5 shoots HE first, and here I donk my shot on the 62A, and that's very unfortunate as I take an extra hit from him. The E5 misses his second shot, and I'm juking back and forth to try to get him to miss or shoot my turret, and that's exactly what he does. I pump a shot into his lower plate and immediately back off. He does have a health advantage, but considering how he's been playing so far, I think I am able to outplay this guy. We trade shots there, and I know I can get the next shot off before he reloads, so I keep pumping shots at him, and I get a really nice teammate who puts a shot into the E5, and I am able to kill this guy before I die myself. So that was quite an exciting hill fight, and that really got the blood pumping for me. Thank you there, Mr. IS4. You saved my butt there. Now, oh yes, in E75 that's not paying any attention to what's been going on the hill, so I get to put some free shots into him, and his turret is turning extremely slowly, so maybe he doesn't have 100% crew, so I'm able to keep pumping some shots into him, and I think the recent patch with the nerf on the E75 really hit it pretty hard there. My last shot sets him on fire, and down goes the E75. Now the game is pretty much over. It's just an E4 at the base, who just pretty much sat there the whole game, I think. But he's not AFK as he engaged adrenaline. I'm going to let this IS3 in front of me take the hit for me, and I'm able to move in and start putting some shots in. My first shot unfortunately misses and goes a bit high. My second shot goes in, but then I completely underestimate the E4's reload with adrenaline, so he's able to finish me off. But still, I think that my role has been played relatively well that game, as I was able to take on a 1 versus 2 situation on the hill and come out alive on that one. My team's just going to finish off this E4. I think there's a bit of show lag here, unfortunately. They just keep shooting the E4, and he eventually goes down. I think this game showcased pretty well how strong the turret armor really is of the T62a if the enemy are not really aiming very well. But however, there are weak spots in the cheeks. As you saw, I was able to pen the T62a's cheeks pretty reliably. That was a 5k damage game. Unfortunately, it died because I was not careful with the E3, and that is why I lost some credits in this one. Or in that one. Now we're on Black Goldville. This is one of my favorite maps, since it's pretty balanced and it has some pretty exciting fights that go on. Now, the caves is definitely the most important position in this map, and that's exactly where I tell all of my team to go, and I am spamming help and attack to try to get the entire team over here so I can get some backup. Now, I'm pretty sure I can get there first and get hull down and abuse this very, very strong turret again. Their fastest tank on their team is the Patton, and it is a bit sluggish uphill, so I am pretty confident that I'm able to get up here first. So I'm able to get up here without getting spotted. I hang around here, and my team is still lagging a bit behind, so I'm without support for about the next 10 to 15 seconds. I look around my tank to check that I am indeed hull down, and suddenly an E5 appears with speed boost engaged, so I'm able to pop a good shot into his cupola, Unfortunately, my next shot to his side bounces, but I know the E5 is fired and hit my upper plate, and it was angled very well, so that one bounced as well. Now I'm able to put another shot into the E5 as I know I can out-reload him. I put a really nice shot into his cupola as he was moving. Now the VK shows up to the party and proceeds to get shot and bounces, and I bounce his return shot as well. The E50M is here, and I put a really nice shot into his turret as well, damaging his turret ring. Now I see the Yag and backing off. I'm loading heat here, but the Ferdy gets in the way, and I might as well just shoot it since I already had heat loaded. Here's a really lucky shot into the Ferdy's upper plate, or upper casement, and now I'm just going to keep shooting heat because I really don't want to overexpose myself and get shot with a Yag. I usually don't like shooting heat, and I feel really guilty shooting it, but sometimes it's what you got to do to win games, basically. This one bounces, unfortunately, because it slightly sways to the left and hits very, very close to his gun manlet, which has a lot stronger armor. Now, these guys are pushing up a bit too much, and I say negative here because I don't want them to die, as they are health pool, and they can absorb hits for me while I keep doing the damage. Now, the E5 really wants to kill me, and I missed my shot there, as I kind of missed the fire button a little bit. And E5 keeps showing up to the party, and I wait my shot. I didn't have a shot on the E5, so I just put it into the VK, as damage is still damage. Now the E5 comes around for another go. I miss my shot completely as I miss my fire button again. That's very unfortunate, but fortunately the E5 gets tracked, but I don't fire fast enough. Now I see the Yag is turned, so I take this opportunity, pop a nice quick shot into him, and I think the Yag made the wrong play there, as he had many opportunities to put shots into me, but he decided against it. But I would have been his biggest threat in this game. I put a nice snapshot into the E5 side of the turret, and my team finishes him off as well. I see the Yag is facing this way, so I really don't want to go wide around this corner. The IS-3 takes the hit because he went wide, and that hit would have been absorbed by me if I went that way. Now I trade shots with the E50M, and this is why you conserve health at the beginning of the game, as you can expend it and play a little more aggressive at the end of the game to try to get more kills. Now, I missed the fire button once again. I think I was getting pretty tired at that point, since from the last game, pressure was pretty high, and I was a little bit tired. But now I get a little break, get some free shots into this pattern that's just completely tunnel visioned, and I'm able to finish him off with my next shot. Now I see the E50M is not paying attention to me, so we trade shots again, and I get the kill. The Jagdpanzer is still turned, and he does not notice me. Now he's tracked, so he cannot turn. I pump some more shots into him. Show lag. I was considering ramming him, but I didn't think I could ram him with the ramming damage and the next shot to be able to finish him off. Now the IS-3 gets the shot in a fraction of a second earlier than I do, so he gets the kill instead. But that's alright. That's only like 58 damage, something like that, so not a big deal. So that was a 6k damage game, first class, and Confederate for damaging the most tanks. As you can see, I really conserve health at the beginning, and I was able to play a lot more aggressive and trade health at the end of the game to get me some kills. Now, just looking at some module damage, I pretty much damaged every single tank on the main team except for one. So that was a pretty good game, in my opinion, or some good games in the 62a, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll see you guys next time.